Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here. Just me on commentary this evening, but it's not going to stop me from providing you the very best action for this evening. Welcome to the start of tonight's XRL coverage. As always, it's the X1 boys kicking off proceedings. For a lot of these drivers, it's their home race this weekend, as we are at the legendary Silverstone circuit in the Northampton area. So just to give you a quick rundown of the drivers, you've got Jamie Keats, Ivan, Chris Harley, Anthony Bauer, championship leader Philip Nilsson back in action after missing the last couple of races, Maxime Patou, Anil Patel, Irving Diaz, Pushkar Nagam, Jack Smith, Michael Booker, Elijah LeBlanc, Anthony Warrington, now defending champion, Jorge Simone, Callum MacArthur, Owen Lewis, Dean Barry, Arthur Bowler, JBL, and we've got Ken as well. So we've got dual nationality for JBL, so you could say this is his second home race after China. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 British drivers with us this evening. We've got a few of them out on track already. And first man out on track, as I say that, is defending champion Anthony Waddington. I like what he's done with his helmet. Reminiscent of that of his of the Mercedes team. So here we go. Coming around the final chicane into club. Now let's ride on board with Anthony Waddington. This was a DRS zone, but that's been changed for this season. Round Abbey into farm. 190 miles an hour, breaks down to about 65. Round Village Corner, then into the loop. And he's got Aintree coming up now, accelerating through the gears 5, 6, DRS open down the Wellington Straight. Gear 7 up to top gear, 200 miles an hour. Brakes for Brooklands and Luffield. Cool as you like. Heading around Woodcote now. This used to be the main straight for the bridge corner, for the bridge layout. Going around Cops now, and now this is one of my favourite sections of the track. Maggots and Beckett's. Left, right, down a gear, and then down another gear. Then through Chapel, onto the Hangar Straight, full throttle, DRS open, get out of the way! Heading up to Stowe now, 204 miles an hour. That's what he clocked out at. Could have got 205. Around into Vale and now back through to Club. Last corner and across the line, 127.732. Great opening lap from Waddington. And Anthony Bauer, his teammates, 200s faster, well, less than 200s actually, faster. Anil Patel, 127.8, 27.9 from Maxime Patou. Here's Jamie Keats in the Haas for this evening. Coming around Luffield and Woodcote now. It's the old main straight, down to Cops. So while this is all happening, let's have a look at what is happening in the championship standings. Once I get them up and running. Yep, here we go. So Philip Nilsson, top of the championship, only an 8-point lead over Anthony Waddington, who is 2 points ahead of Anthony Bauer in the championship. 71 points for Arthur Bowler. He is 4th. And Owen Lewis, runner-up in last year's championship, is 5th. The Constructors' Championship top 5. Red Bull running away with the championship now on 200 points. 159 points for Racing Point. Mercedes 103. Alfa Romeo 86. And Ferrari 84. That's your top 5 in both championships. And thanks to the Discord server, we can now keep you up to date with all the statistics. Jimmy Keats 27.799. Chris Harley 27.2. Here's Pushkar in the Alfa Romeo, starting his flying lap. Anthony Bauer was on pole last time out. But the interesting thing here we've got to bear in mind is the fact that Anthony Waddington, even though he's close to leading the championship, he hasn't won a race yet this season. And oh, Waddington's out already! Now that's very early for him to be retiring from the session. Now why would he do that? Maybe he's very confident with his time, but is that too early to be retiring from the session? Pushkar, interestingly, back into the pits, as with one of the Mercedes drivers. Pushkar back into the pits, that's interesting. But anyway, it looks like Elijah back into the pits. Yellow flag in sector 3. Now sector 2, interestingly. And oh, that's one of the Williams drivers. It's Callum MacArthur. Oh, he's been in a string of incidents over the course of this season. 203 miles an hour. Arthur Bowler clocked out at. Heading round Stowe. .27.1 puts him fastest for now. And Ken, interestingly, oh, he sustained front wing damage. No sign of the boss this evening. So we've got Ken in place of Caesar. I think it's at a point where Caesar is probably going to be focusing on a more behind-the-scenes role as the boss of the XRL, which, if that is the case, I respect him for that. Trying to juggle a racing career on top of working away from the league and being the boss of the league as well. Not an easy thing to do, but all the credit in the world to him. But nevertheless, here's one of his Mexican compatriots. Round the final corner, 27.4, and Bauer retiring from the session as well. Both Red Bulls retiring from the session. And again, I ask, is it too early to be... retiring from the session? We're just over halfway through this first part of qualifying. We lose the slowest 5 cars. No bans to report this evening. But interestingly, no bans to report, but the Red Bulls retiring at this early stage in qualifying? Callum MacArthur 29-0. For Callum MacArthur. Pushkar on a flying lap. Again, Jack Smith and Elijah LeBlanc, they are on flying laps as well. Down the hanger straight now for Pushkar. And Arthur Bowler retiring from the session as well. Saving their tyres. Wouldn't blame him for doing that. I wouldn't blame him for doing that. Pushkar across the line. 27-8. Everyone from Bowler down to Patu separated by less than a second. This is going to be a very interesting top 10 shootout. Jack Smith coming around the final corner now to start his flying lap. Let's ride on board with him. Through Abbey and Farm up to Village now. Yellow flags in sector 3. I think that's just for somebody getting out of the way. Round Aintree onto the Wellington Straight, DRS wide open. Over 190 miles an hour. Clocks out 200 miles an hour. Wide line into Brooklands. And into Lovefield. Keep a tight line through that corner. Don't ride the curb. Round Woodcote. Onto the old main straight. Around the final sequence of corners now. And across the line, 29.8. But it looks like he invalidated the lap because it's not showing up on the timing screen. It's not showing up on the timing screen. That's concerning. He's only got 4 minutes left in the session. Will he have time to go for another lap? Would certainly hope so. Yellow flags in sector 2. That's one of the Toro Rossos. One of the Toro Rossos. It's Irving. It's Irving Diaz. Irving Diaz has had a spin through Maggots and Beckett's. You know, something's up. I think that's just Jack Smith getting out of the way. And oh no, he's out of fuel! Jack Smith's out of fuel! Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness me. Jack Smith out of fuel. That's him out of qualifying. He ain't gonna make it. That is really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. So we've got one driver out of qualifying already. He's only, Jack Smith, he's only coming down the hangar straight. He's not going to make it round for another lap. He's not even going to make it. He's not going to make it for another lap. That is really unfortunate for him. But we've got JBL, Ivan, Michael Booker, Callum MacArthur, and Elijah Irving Diaz. They are all out on track right now to try and improve on their lap times. Pushkar's out to improve as well. Philip Nilsson as well. Here's hoping they do. Got Owen Lewis on a lap as well. Is he? Is he on a flying lap? No, he isn't. He's turned everything down, 27.9. And Irving Diaz, technical issues. The sort of thing he really could have done without. And Elijah, and whoa! Massive spin for Ivan! Elijah's retired from the session as well. But he retired out on track. He has retired out on track. You can't do that. You can't retire out on track. Massive spin for Ivan. His lap's over. His qualifying is over. Into the pits. Ivan's out. Jack Smith's out. Elijah's out. Can Michael improve on his time? He's down, but not by much. Coming around the final sequence of corners now. He's got enough ERS. Is he going to improve on his time? 28.9 to beat. He does improve, but he's out. He will not advance. JBL into the pits as well now. He's retiring from the session. Ooh, cutting it fine there. Did he speed in the pit lane? But that's it. JBL, Michael Booker, Ivan, Elijah, and Jack Smith all out of qualifying. So we've lost 3 British drivers already. We've lost 3 British drivers already. Just a quick recap of who is out of this part of qualifying. Jack Smith with no time, Elijah LeBlanc, Ivan, Michael Booker, and JBL. And I am getting rid of You. We've got Irving back into the session. Now, this is where strategy comes into play. If you make it to the top 10 shootout, the tyres you set your fastest lap on are the tyres you start the race on. Now, it should be easy enough to make a one-stop round here. Softs, hards, medium softs, possibly. We can see what happens. Got a couple of drivers out on track already. As Jamie Keats makes his way out onto the track as well. One of the Red Bulls is out. It's Anthony Bauer, first man out onto the track. On mediums. Chris Harley on mediums. Dean Barry on mediums. Jamie, Hanil, and MacArthur, they are on softs. About half the field out on track right now. Just like the last part of qualifying, we lose the slowest 5 from this part of qualifying, but at least they'll have free choice of tyre. Anthony Bauer around the final corner now. 28-0. Chris 27-8. Great lap time on the mediums. 28-4 for Dean. Patel 28-5. But he is Bauer's teammate. Battle of the Ants. If neither of them win the championship, they may very well battle for second place. Yellow flags down the Wellington Straight for Chris Harley. Just getting out of the way of people. Charlie getting out of the way there. Waddington going through cops. I think for him, I think he might need to manage his ERS a little better. Because he's almost out of ERS already. There you go, ERS down to 0. $27.9 for Waddington. Great limp. Here's Arthur Bowler coming onto the hangar straight now. Purple sector 2. Turns the ERS down slightly. The absolute the calmness and the focus these guys have to be able to drive these cars, managing their ERS, changing their fuel mix all at the same time. Unfathomable. 27.6 for Bowler puts him fastest. So everyone inside the top 10 is on medium tyres. And that was Philip Nilsson, 27.8. Patu started his flying lap now. Oh, and he's invalidated the lap. Turned everything down. He's got time. He's got time to go for another lap. Push cars coming out for another lap. He comes into the pits. Again, coming down the Wellington Straight now. Purple sector 1, how's about that? And invalidates the lap, as I say that. Will he... Doesn't look like he's aware of it. I don't think he's aware of it. He hasn't turned anything down. Oh, he has now. Who else is on a flying lap? Doesn't look like anybody else is. We've got Callum MacArthur and Dean Barry. They're on out laps. Six minutes to go. Maxime, Irving, Pushkar and MacArthur, they are all yet to set a lap time. Less than a second separating those that have set a lap time. Owen Lewis on soft tyres, interestingly, and MacArthur, purple sector 1. Granted, it was going to be purple anyway because he's on soft tyres, but even at that, still, that could put him at a bit of a disadvantage. That could put him at a disadvantage heading into the race. You never know. And Callum MacArthur, 27.8. Patu's on a flying lap now. He's going on softs. He's gonna need to set a lap soon, otherwise he is gonna be out. Push cars out on track. Irving, interestingly, Irving's just coming out on track right now. Bauer out on track again. He'll be looking to improve on his time because it looks like he might be in danger of being eliminated. No, it's Jorge that's out on track, not Irving. Well, granted, Jorge is in danger of being eliminated as well. So I don't blame him for going out as well. But Irving, he's only got 3.5 minutes to go. Going around the final corner now. Turns the RS down slightly. 27! Where did that come from? A 127.320! That should comfortably see him through into the top 10 shootout. Where did he pull that from? Beggars believe how he managed that. And that is MacArthur coming onto the Wellington straight. He had a small incident there. But my goodness me, where did Batu pull that from? Jonathan Lilly wondering where Pete Pellini is. Pete's actually in X2 right now. Push car 27.3. Irving still hasn't come out on track yet. Irving's not. He's not going to make it. Irving's not going to make it out for a lap. So Irving Diaz, he's out of qualifying. Irving Diaz out of qualifying. Jorge, he's almost a second up on his time. Round the final corner, across the line, 27.3. And that puts Jamie in danger. He's a 10th up. He's going to need to find a bit more time. Owen Lewis! Oh my word, look who's in danger of being eliminated. Philip Nilsson, Anthony Waddington, Owen Lewis, all in danger of being eliminated. Lewis in danger. Lewis is out! Owen Lewis out of qualifying! It's a lot of traffic there. My goodness me. Ken's gonna make it. Patel's gonna make it. They're gonna make it round for laps. Nilsson's made it. We could very well lose our championship leader. We could very well lose our championship leader in this top 10 shootout. Bowler's retired. He's comfortable. He's not going to get eliminated. So everyone, assuming Philip Nilsson improves, which he more than likely will, everyone down to Chris Harley, Callum MacArthur, and Waddington are all in danger of being eliminated. Yellow flag in Sector 3. That's one of the Toro Rossos. It's Jorge. Purple Sector 2 for Dean Barry. We could be losing Anthony Waddington here. Round Stowe. down Vale, through the final chicane, into club. Dean Barry, his time's looking very good. And he does improve. Anthony Waddington, our defending champion, is out. Let's have a look at Philip Nilsson. Is he going to improve? He's 2/10 up. And he goes a mile quicker. 27,208. And Ken did not improve. Ken did not improve on his time there. He did, but not by much. So Ken, Owen Lewis, Irving Diaz, Owen Lewis, and Anthony Waddington are all out of qualifying. What a recovery drive we could be seeing here. So in the top 10 shootout, only 2 drivers will be starting on mediums, that being Arthur Bowler and Chris Harley. But your top 10, Philip Nilsson, Anthony Bauer, Maxim Patu, Jorge Simone, Pushkar Nagam, Dean Barry, Hanil Patel, Arthur Bowler, Jamie Keats, and Chris Harley. That is your top 10. Now on to the shootout. Jackson's saying Waddington has won this race. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched just yet. You never know. So here we go, top 10 shootout time. But yeah, Jack Smith, according to the statistics, Anthony Waddington hasn't won the British Grand Prix. The person that won it last year was Ivan. Ivan was the man that won at Silverstone last season. Bowler, Harley, Bauer, Barry, all out on track right now. And we've got Pushkar coming out as well. While the other half of the top 10 elect to stay in the pits for now. Who's going to get pole position here? Last year it was Willem Mare that took pole position. And last time out it was Anthony Bauer that took pole position in Austria. Can he make it 2 in a row? It will be his 3rd pole position of the season. And Ivan got the fastest lap of the race as well. Morrison has stated, yeah, free choice of tyre for him. That is the advantage. That is the advantage. Just hope there's no chaos going through the first kink. Actually, what I'll do, see if I can get him in. I'll see if I can get him in for a quick chat. And he's already in one. Suppose I'll just leave him to it. It's a sighting lap there for Bowler. There are a few drivers on flying laps right now. Chris Harley coming back in as well. Bauer electing to stay on, finish his lap. What's his time going to be? 27.1. Here comes Dean Barry, 27.2. Push car into the pits. Philip Nilsson's on an out lap. So let's ride on board with him for this lap. A lap of Silverstone with Philip Nilsson, our championship leader. Round Abbey Farm. A win here for Philip this weekend will be his 4th win of the season, and then you've got he hasn't, and it will only be his 3rd pole of the season. Hasn't been on pole since. Well, yeah, it'll be his 3rd pole of the season. Hasn't been on pole since Canada. And before that, he was on pole in China. And out of everybody, out of all the teams, Renault have the most constructors' podiums, 13 to be exact, and Waddington has the most of any driver with 13. I mean, considering he did drive for Renault last season. Philip Nilsson coming round club now, final corner across the line, 26.9! First man into the 126s today. Maxim Patu now, coming round. Magnussen Beckett onto the hanger straight. DRS wide open. ERS turned up to the max. Round the final corner. Well, round the chicane. Now final corner. Opens up the taps. 27.133. And Arthur Bowler starting his flying lap. Goes around Abbey Farm into Village Corner. Brown, Maggots and Beckett's. Chris Harley and Pushkar both on flying laps as well. And back into the pits he goes again. Running out of time to get a lap in. And here's Chris Harley. Comes around the chicane. Final corner. Cross the line. What's his time going to be? 26.943! How do you like them apples, Philip Nilsson? Saying Chris. That'll be what Philip Nilsson will be thinking. How do you like them apples? I think Pushkar invalidated his lap. He's running out of time. He's going to need to get a lap in. And into the pits he comes. Pushkar into the pits as well. Chris Harley coming back in. A few others going on out laps now. Maybe their last chance to improve on their lap times. There's Chris Harley coming into the pits now. Pushkar, this will be his last chance to improve on his lap time. Pushkar and Bowler, the only drivers yet to set a lap time. 30 seconds to go. Chris Harley electing to stay in the pits. He won't be improving on his lap time. Let's have a look at Philip Nilsson. Is he going to improve on his lap time? No, he isn't! Philip Nilsson not going to improve on his lap time. He's not going to be on pole position. And he hasn't got enough ERS to get round the lap. And look who's decided to join the party. My co-commentator, Madison. Just in time for the end of qualifying as Jamie Keats, 1:26.900. What a lap time that is. Pushkar coming round the hangar straight. He turns his ERS down slightly. And no time. Oh my word. It's only the second time we've seen that happen. Arthur Bowler, there he is. But Philip Nilsson, somehow still able to finish his lap. And he does improve, but he does go faster, but it's still Jamie on pole by 1/100th of a second. Bauer coming into the pits now. Arthur Bowler, 27.010. Look how close that is. The top 10 separate a second. That is crazy. The top 10 separated by half a second. And Pushkar didn't even set a lap time. Goodness me.
Looks like I showed up just at the right.
Yeah, and I mean, who'd have thought we'd have not only last year's runner-up Owen Lewis, but the defending champion Anthony Waddington out in the second part of qualifying.
Absolutely, Jamie Keats stealing pole position as well. What a lap!
1/100th of a second. And like I just said, the top 10 separated by half a second. So let's just recap your top 10. Jamie Keats on pole. Philip Nilsson on the front row with him. Chris Harley in third. Maxime Patou, great performance from him in fourth. Arthur Bowler third. Jorge Simone sixth. The junior team out qualifying the big boys. Anthony Bauer 7th, Dean Barry 8th, Hinel Patel 9th, and Pushkar rounding up the top 10. And the amazing thing, Haas haven't been on pole in the XRL, in the X1, since Spain last season. But nevertheless, here we go. It is round 10 of the Extreme 1 Racing League, part of the Extreme Racing League. We are at the home of British motorsport, Silverstone. What a fantastic country and circuit this is. 7 out of the 10 teams based in Britain, and you've got 4 of the 20 drivers on the current grid born in Britain. Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, and Alexander Albon. And accents changing noticeably every 25 miles throughout the whole of the UK. And of course, home to William Shakespeare, Charles Darwin, John Lennon, Winston Churchill, and Sky Sports commentator Martin Brundle, and 6-time F1 champion Lewis Hamilton. 3.66 miles. This layout is 2 DRS straight and the hangers straight. 18 corners, 8 to the left, 10 to the right. So here are the action zones to look out for. You've got Village Corner, 2018 collision between Hamilton and Raikkonen. Great recovery for drive from Hamilton in that race. Round Copse between John side. I mean, what a battle that was. And then 1987 round Stowe, Mansell and Peake. What a legendary battle that was for 2 of the all-time greats. The 3 tyre compounds we have with us are the hardest of the Pirelli. The soft, the C3, the C2, the medium, and the hard, so the C1. And you're looking at about 27 to 28 seconds to make your pit stop round track. So here's the starting grid. We've got a hometown hero, Jamie Keats, on pole. Haas's first pole of the season. They haven't been on pole since Spain last season. Great performance for them. Philip Nilsson just missing out on pole by 1/100th of a second. And then a few hundredths behind him, it is Chris Harley. Maxime Patou across the channel. Great performance from him in the McLaren. Arthur Bowler in 5th. Then you've got Jorge Simone in 6th. Anthony Bauer, he'll be out with a point to prove to try and close the gap on the championship leader. And then you've got Dean Barry alongside him on row 4. And rounding up the top 10, you've got Hanil Patel in the Williams, back after his race ban from last time out in Austria. And Pushkar Nagam, the only driver in Q3 that didn't set a lap time. You've got Callum MacArthur in 11th. And then you've got we've got technical issues for Waddington. Don't worry, folks. Waddington is alongside. And we have got technical issues by the looks of it. Everyone is out of the lobby.
So, lobby restart.
A lobby restart, yeah. A lobby restart, folks. So, looks like we're going to have to follow suit. Looks like we'll have to follow suit. But, yeah, that's... well, that kind of just happened.
Yeah, it's quite a common occurrence at the moment with everyone being home playing on the game. When you look at the number of lobbies available at the moment compared to a couple of weeks ago, it's clear that the amount of people playing the game has significantly increased.
Yeah, it is putting a lot of stress on the servers. And this more than likely will mean that we could see the X3 race being delayed this evening. But we'll see what happens. There we go. Looks like I might have to restart the game myself, which is not the most ideal situation in the world. But bear with me, Ant. Bear with me, boys. I'm just having to get the game started up again. So here we go, game back. So we got the game back up and running. I'll get to the invites. Bear with me. There we go. And fingers crossed we get back in. And indeed we are back in. There we go. And we have everyone back in the lobby. Excellent. So while we're waiting to get everything back up and running, let's just quickly recap what's happening as far as the championship is concerned. Philip Nilsson, he's back after missing the last two races in France and Austria. 109 points, 101 points for Anthony Waddington after a great recovery drive, after a great performance from him in Austria last time out. Anthony Bauer only another couple of points behind in third with 99 points. Then you've got Arthur Bowler, 71 points. Owen Lewis with 70. Chris Harley, 70 points as well. Dean Barry, 68 points. Hanil Patel, 46. Caesar, 40 points. JBL and Rian Fori, both on 16 points, but JBL will be ahead. Well, actually, no, it's Rian Fori who's ahead by virtue of better race results, 2 6th places compared to JBL's 2 7th places. And then you've got Michael Booker with 12 points, Irving Diaz and Jorge Simone with 10 points. It's, Irving is ahead by virtue of better race results as well. 7th place in Monaco compared to Jorge's best, which is 8th in Spain. Then you've got Ivan Pushkar, Ivan on 8 points, Pushkar on 6, and Callum MacArthur on 1 point. Tom McGregor, Jack Smith, and Elijah LeBlanc, they are yet to they don't have any points on the board at the moment, but Jack Smith will be ahead of Tom McGregor and Elijah by virtue of better race results. 12th in Austria last time out. Tom McGregor's best result 14th all the way back in China, and Elijah 15th in France. So that's the standings for the Drivers' Championship. The Constructors' Championship, it is Red Bull running away with it right now. They'll be looking to increase their gap at the top of the championship. 200 points they have, 41 ahead of Racing Point, and there's 43 points on offer. 44 if we include the fastest lap. So if both Red Bulls fail to finish and Racing Point get a 1-2, they'll be right back to the top of the championship standings. Mercedes 103, and then you've got Alfa Romeo 86, Ferrari 84, Renault with 78 points, Williams 67, McLaren 61, Haas with 51, and Toro Rosso with 47. So that's the standings at. So that's the championship standings at the moment. So let's run through the starting grid once again. Jamie Keats on pole position, great performance from him. It's his 3rd pole of the season. And then you've got Philip Nilsson in 2nd alongside him, missing out on pole by 100th of a second. Chris Harley in 3rd, Maxime Patou in 4th, Arthur Bowler 5th, Jorge Simone in 6th alongside Arthur, Anthony Bauer 7th. He'll be a little disappointed that the junior team out-qualifying the big boys at Red Bull. Ferrari's Dean Barry in 8th. Then you've got Anil Patel in 9th, and rounding up the top 10, Pushkar Nagam. He didn't set a lap time in qualifying in the top 10 shootout. Callum MacArthur and Anthony Waddington on row 6. Waddington will be a little disappointed with his qualifying performance, but he'll be looking to pull off another stunning drive, as he so often does when he's in poor starting positions. Owen Lewis right behind him on row 7. Then you've got Ken in the sister Racing Point in 14th. JBL 15th. Michael Booker 16th. Then you've got Ivan and Elijah 17th and 18th. Jack Smith 19th. And Irving Diaz 20th, interestingly, even though Jack Smith was the only driver throughout the whole of qualifying that didn't set a lap time. So as I was saying, it's Jamie Keats' 3rd pole position of the season. That'll give him a great momentum boost heading into his X2 race later this evening. 8 p.m. that starts. ladies and gentlemen. And you've got 7 p.m. I'll be in action for the X3 race. Here's hoping I can pick things back up after the last couple of races. Haven't delivered the best of results for me. Everyone readying up. And now, for the regular viewers, this is my favourite part of the race. Getting ready for the start. Waddington will definitely be wanting to make amends after what happened in the TOTD last night. Here come the lights. And when they go out, it will be race time at Silverstone. What a start there from JBL towards the back. Jamie Keats has a great start as well. Chris Harley manages to get past Philip Nilsson already. Heading through. And there's carnage already. Carnage already. That's what we were fearing was going to happen, but it's happened so often this season. Dean Barry, Ken's been involved. Has anybody else been involved? That's one of the Toro Rosso deserving Diaz. Safety car is out already. Oh my goodness me. Drama already on the first lap. There's going to be a lot of front wing changes. Let's have a look. Yeah, Irving's got front wing damage. Dean's got damage. Looks like Ivan's got damage as well. A lot of the drivers. You got Ivan, Ken, Barry, Diaz, all with front wing damage. Did Jack Smith get involved? Did Jack Smith get caught up? Looks like he did.
Pushkar's got some front wing damage as well.
Yeah, Jack Smith has lost one of his end plates as well. LeBlanc, luckily, to avoid any damage. Jorge has no damage. And Booker's lost end plate. Booker's lost both end plates.
Yeah, he's got a lot of wing
JBL,
damage.
no damage. Owen Lewis doesn't look like he has any damage. But yeah, Pushkar, almost half the field have front wing damage.
I mean, they're going to be able to pit under the safety car and not lose. They're going to catch back up again to the end, but there's a lot of people going in.
Yeah, so yeah, Pushkar, JBL, Booker. I mean, look at that's a lot of drivers. Pushkar, JBL, Booker, Ivan, Ken, Irving, all in. Jack Smith electing to stay out. That's an interesting move. Even though he does have front wing damage, there it is. His right end plate is gone.
Making the decision to start on the mediums, he's probably doesn't want to shift off them this quickly, but he's going to have to change strategy. He's going to have to get rid of that wing damage.
Absolutely. So everyone coming out, everyone that's pitted is coming back out. And GBL electing to go on to a set of mediums. Everyone going on to the hards. Ivan going for a set of mediums.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying earlier about the hard tyres, the C1 hard tyres, there is a possibility those guys will be able to do the entire Grand Prix. They last an incredibly long time.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is the running order we have at the end of lap 1. We've got Jamie Keats, and you've got Jamie Keats in the lead. Chris Harley second. Arthur Bowler, great start from him. He's into third. Philip Nilsson dropped a couple of places down to fourth. Patu fifth. Bauer sixth. Patel seventh. Waddington, great start from him. 12th up to 8th. Callum MacArthur 9th. And Owen Lewis rounding up the top 10. And you've got Jorge after that. Elijah LeBlanc. Jack Smith 6 places off the start. Great start from him. Despite the damage he encountered. Dean Barry, JBL, Pushkar, Booker, Ken, Diaz, and Ivan. And there you go.
He does come into the pits now, along with Dean.
And Dean Barry follows suit. And JBL's back in. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
It's not a great start.
This will definitely be one that. Oh, I've just realised.
Ferrari
They're going to. Oh, the double stack. That's the sort of thing they really could have done without. That is the sort of thing they really could have done without. That is the sort of thing they really could have done without. So let's have a look at the position changes after all that. Elijah, 6 places. Waddington 4 places, Lewis got 3. Dean 10 places, JBL lost 5. Jorge lost 5. Irving was last, he's now 16th. Definitely not the sort of start we were expecting, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that first corner is normally quite a prime one for incidents.
It looks like safety car is in. Arthur Bowler, 5-second time penalty. Collision with Chris Harley.
Crashed into the back of him.
Yeah. We've seen that so often behind the safety car. But nevertheless, green flag's about to drop. JBL still hasn't caught up with the back of everybody. But it's race time once again at Silverstone. Dean Barry and something's happened to Ivan. A lot has happened there, and Ivan's lost his front wing again. Jack Smith, another end plate gone. What's happened to JBL?
I think he was caught up in that incident.
It's all fallen apart so quickly for the Ferrari boys, and Jack Smith gets past Jack. More front wing damage for JBL. Absolute nightmare race for the Ferrari establishment.
Oh! Arthur Bowler's in the wall.
And that's Arthur Bowler! Through Maggots and Beckett's!
He dropped it through the middle.
He must have clipped a curb round that section. Virtual safety car out. It's all happening here, folks.
That's a real shame. It was looking very good.
Definitely not looking good for the top teams at this point. Well, he managed to clear it relatively quickly. Waddington already up into 7th. We're about a 5th of the way through the race now. Waddington. DRS hasn't been enabled yet.
We got an Alpha in the grass.
Oh, that's push car. That's through Abian Farm. And he's lost his front wing completely. JBL and Ivan into the pits. A little further ahead, Anthony Bauer has a go at no, they touch! Patou and Bauer, they touch! And just like that, he's dropped 3-4 places. My goodness me! What on earth happened there? Jamie, fastest lap of the race. Philip Nilsson responds. And they'll have a lot more fuel to burn. They'll have a lot more fuel to burn after this few laps at the start behind the safety car. DRS is now enabled. Now Waddington can put the hammer down. He started 12th. He's up into 5th. He's got Hanil Patel right ahead of him. Out of the top 10 so far. Push car into the pits. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Waddington does have DRS, but he's not going to be close enough to make a move on Patel. He can't afford to make a repeat of what happened. He can't afford to do what his teammate did and do anything too ambitious. Push car onto a set of mediums. And you've got Philip Nilsson a little further ahead, right on the back of Chris Harley.
I think he's going to be close enough.
And Michael Booker's dropped a couple of places. Not quite. He didn't have the ERS he needed. Bauer, side by side with Patu, round Stowe, makes it stick. And Philip Nilsson gets ahead of Chris Harley. But of course, those on the soft tyres, those that haven't pitted already, they're going to need to pit shortly because the soft tyres, they don't last long round here. Philip Nilsson, he's got DRS on Jamie Keats, but Chris Harley's going to have DRS on Nilsson as well. Ken getting past LeBlanc for 11th. Who's going to be the first of the front runners to make a stop? As like I say, the softs do not last long round here. We'll be looking at coming in the next couple of laps or so. So if Waddington can get past Patel sooner rather than later, he'll be at a huge advantage right out the gate, heading into his pit stop. Waddington right on the back of Patel. But you've got Nilsson right on the back of the race leader, Jamie Keats. Round Woodcote. Thinks about having a lunge to Cops. Thinks better of it.
Getting on him quickly.
Jamie goes for it. Outside of Stowe. Jamie. Nilsson went for a lunge on the outside of Stowe. Oh, he goes for it. Down Vale. Heading into the club section. Still side by side. And Jamie still keeps the lead. How has he done that? And now Chris Harley's on the back of them. He wants a piece of the action as well.
Yeah, those softs are just the mediums now.
Yellow flags in sector 3. That's the other Mercedes. That's LeBlanc. LeBlanc's out and off as well. Nilsson had to go. Waddington gets past Patel into fourth just like that. And whoa, what's happened to Nilsson?
That was a big lunge from the Renault there.
Massive lunge from Harley, and he makes it stick. I think we're on for a repeat of Bahrain here. Nothing but action from start to finish. And that's one of the McLarens. It's Ivan. Ivan's had enough through the Maggots and Beckett section. I mean, Nilsson dropping away. Lewis gets past Patou meanwhile. And you've got to think now's the time to come into the pits. 9 laps on those softs. And another virtual safety car. That's Patel. Patel's out of the race.
He's crashed into the pit lane.
How on earth has he done that? Same thing happened.
Nearly wipes out.
The same thing happened to me during the week. The same thing happened to me during the week in a Formula 2 race. And another virtual safety car is out. A lot of the front runners have elected to come into the pits. Who is yet to stop? LeBlanc's yet to stop. And the top 5, Keats, Harley, Nilsson, Waddington and MacArthur, they are yet to stop as well. And LeBlanc does come in. Chris Harley keeping pace with Jamie Keats. Patou with a 3-second penalty. Chris Harley has DRS on Jamie. Is he going to go for it into Stowe? Thinks better of it.
Jamie's in the pits.
Jamie's in the pits and Nilsson's in the pits. And Jamie with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And there's yellow flags in sector 2. And it's Ivan again. Ivan back into the pits. Looks like he's almost 2 laps down now, I would imagine. Yeah, he's a lap down. That could very well turn into 2 very shortly.
It's going to be a busy week for the stewards.
Indeed.
Dean in the Ferraris recovered pretty well with Ken here. I'd imagine they're maybe going all the way to the end of the race on those tyres, so the people behind are going to have to catch up on fresher tyres if they're on them.
That's true, but But I think the advantage of starting on the mediums is the fact that you can, if you're good with your time management, you can get to the end on soft tyres after you've had your medium stint.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think I think that they would like to maybe be a little bit further ahead of these hard runners. I mean, the top three, they're only 4 seconds ahead. I mean, maybe Waddington and Chris and the Renault are probably okay, but they're still, I think they would both probably want a bigger gap. I think a lot of the battling has really slowed on the progress of the lead pack.
Yeah, you've got, because you're looking at about 27 seconds to make a stop and maintain position on the track.
It's a very long pit stop here. Very long.
And so far, Chris needs another 10 seconds to take full advantage of that. And Waddington will need at least another 15 seconds on top of that. Then, that's Patu. Patu's had it off. Down the hanger straight.
He's got front wing damage.
It's been a lot of front wing damage here today. And look at that, Ivan 2 laps down. He's 2 laps down on the leader. There he is, out of the way. Dean's got DRS on Ken, heading down the Wellington straight. Is he going to have a go? No, he's not close enough on this. I think Ken's perfectly aware of the fact that, yes, I have a Ferrari behind me.
Both these drivers are no slouch. Ken, one of the top contenders for X2 last season. And Dean is
absolutely
established, fast driver, so it'd be a good battle.
And sometimes all it takes is one race to put your name on the map, and it looks like this battle has definitely done just that for these two.
He's a lot closer this time.
He has a go into Stowe. Kenzie break, but Ken breaks a lot later. Jamie gets past Irving into 6th. Round the same corner. "18 seconds, the gap between Chris and this battle for 4th place. And we're halfway through the race already.
Dean took a lot of curve there.
Yeah, Dean's not going to be close enough to make a move on this occasion. And Ivan back into the pits. At this point, he might end up being 3 laps down. Nah, he retires from the session. I don't blame him.
Understandable. Dean's got a good run into Maggots and Beckett's this time.
A great run out of Cops.
Showing a bit of experience there.
He needs a good run heading onto the hanger straight. He's got DRS. He's turned everything up. He's gonna have a go. Outside of Stowe. Ken will have the racing line, but Dean gets him on the outside. Absolute master stroke from Dean Barry. Absolute master stroke.
Good respectful driving from both of these there.
Oh, but Ken's not done yet. Ken wants back ahead. Slightly wide heading into Aintree. Jackson encountered technical issues.
Philip Nielsen run along behind Anthony Bauer. This will be a battle real soon.
The lead that Chris Harley has over Waddington. Waddington just can't keep pace at the moment. 19 seconds between Chris Harley and this the battle between Dean and Ken. Only needs another 6 or 7 seconds to make his stop and come out ahead of them. Now is probably the time to do so. Because compared to being, because with the hards, compared to being on the softs, you're looking at easily a second or so a lap quicker than those on the hard tyres.
Anthony Bauer's trying to make a move on Irvin Diaz.
And he makes it stick. Oh, but he's gone wide. Diaz has gone wide.
Philip Nielsen on
And
Anthony Bauer.
Round to Brooklands. But Bauer shuts the door on him. And Nielsen almost lost the place back to Diaz as a result of that. Dean closing in on MacArthur as Chris Harley, the race leader's in the pits. And that puts Waddington into the lead of the race. And it is indeed a set of softs. That could prove to be very advantageous. There goes Dean. There goes Ken. Chris down to 5th. Down to 6th now. Jamie's got past. It's a lot of ground to make up. But Dean closing in fast on MacArthur in 2nd place. And Chris knows he has the advantage over Waddington by at least 10 seconds.
I think Jamie would have wanted to be a little bit further up the road. He's only a couple of seconds ahead of him.
And as I say that, Nielsen right on the back of Bauer. That was LeBlanc for the Mercedes getting out of the way of Waddington. And it looks like, yep, Waddington's in the pits. Waddington's coming in. Gonna need a very quick stop here.
Nielsen making a move on Anthony Bauer.
He gets through. Here we go. Very quick stop here. There we go. Sub 3 seconds with ease. And Callum MacArthur's in as well. Chris Harley already up into 4th. And look how far Waddington's dropped down the order. Is Owen Lewis going to get past? Yes, he is. Waddington's got a lot of ground to make up, but he's on much fresher tyres than anyone around him. Philip Nielsen with a 3-second penalty. Chris is within DRS range of Jamie. And then from there, he's got another 3 seconds to make up to Ken and another 2.5 to make up to Dean to get back into the lead of the race. I think it's safe to say that Chris came in at just the right time. But Chris is not within DRS range of Jamie on this occasion, but he is closing the gap.
Question will be is how much are these two going to hold each other up and let the hard runners pull away in front of them?
Absolutely, and then as I say that, Chris Harley's got the fastest lap of the race, 1:29.900. Letting his ERS charge up through this section now. He's going to have DRS on Jamie, but he might not even need it. They almost touch. He's going to go around the outside of Brooklyn's. Very ambitious. He's going to have the inside line. He makes it stick. Makes it stick through left field. Now he can start bearing down on the Ken and Barry. And there he goes. You can just about see him. Yes, he can see a car ahead of him. But while we wait for him to catch up, now we've got a battle on our hands. Deja vu of last season. Last season's championship rivals. Waddington has a lunge through the Maggots and Beckett section, side by side, and Waddington makes it stick with ease. Seeing moves like that, that is why Waddington is the defending X1 champion. Brilliant showcase of driving between those two there through Maggots and Beckett's. And now Waddington's starting to pull away already. On lap 26 to go after this. Waddington can see Irving ahead of him. Chris Harley has caught up right to the back of Ken down the hangar straight. This for second place.
He's taking himself out.
Chris Harley spun it! Are you kidding me? Oh my word! That is definitely going to be an incident for the stewards to look at.
He was carrying well too much speed into the corner. You've got to allow the other driver lane to go around the outside. He was going well too quickly.
But even at that, I think Ken should have given him a bit more room at the same time.
I don't think he would have made any room that was left for him regardless. He was going well too fast.
And as a result of that, he has lost a whopping 7 seconds. As a result of that incident. Chris will be livid with himself, and I don't blame him.
Oh, Evan Diaz just dropped it. He's managed to
Waddington
catch
takes
it.
Waddington takes full advantage. Callum MacArthur with another time penalty there. Jamie Keats on the back of Ken. It looks like we've got Brendan from X2 saying, he definitely, even he thinks that that was Chris's fault for the incident.
Yeah, I need to see it again, but I do think that Ken left him even half a car width on the inside. I think he could have made it round if he wasn't going as quickly as he was.
Yeah, Jamie's got DRS on Ken down the Wellington Straight. He's not going to be close enough to make a move stick on this occasion.
He might be able to get past Ken, but Dean Barry, from what I can tell, doesn't have a single penalty. So I'm thinking Dean might have this wrapped up as long as he doesn't make any mistakes.
Yep, no penalties for Dean at the moment. Whereas Ken
He's got a couple.
Has 2 penalties. He's got a couple of penalties.
Yeah, Jamie was sitting on about 8 seconds because he wouldn't have served that 5-second penalty. This would be an incredible recovery drive to think where the Ferrari of Dean was at the end of the first lap without a front wing going in the pits.
Yeah. And then you've got Ken, who started 14th. He is 2nd place. And Jamie, as I say that, Jamie makes it stick round Cops. No, that's not Cops. That was Village Corner, I think it was.
Ken's coming back.
Jamie's saying not today. Gonna need to work a little harder to get past me. And as I say that, Philip Nilsson's on the back of this battle. Well, I think right now, as it stands, got to be Dean Barry for driver of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. With this battle going on for 2nd place as well, he's only pulling further away.
Ken almost into the back of Jamie now.
Jamie seems to be struggling.
He's got 2 racing points behind him. He could lose 2 positions. He's sandwiching him. No! Ken gets past, but Philip doesn't. Ken gets past back into 2nd place. And Jamie gets past again. Five-second penalty for Patu for speeding in the pit lane. I think he's going for the fastest lap outside the top 10. Yep, soft tyres. He's going for the fastest lap outside the top 10. DRS. Nilsson's got DRS on his teammate. Racing Point on Racing Point. And Nilsson gets through with ease. And Brendan's definitely wanting Brendan definitely wanting Dean to win this, and who can blame him? Caught up in a number of incidents at the start. And technical issues for Philip Nilsson! Technical issues for Philip Nilsson. That's the sort of thing he really could have done without. Penultimate lap. Can Waddington take full advantage of this? And Chris Harley gets past as well. I think Bauer's going to have a go as well. JBL and Jack into the pits as well. They'll be going for the fastest lap. Talking of which, and it is Pushkar that has the fastest lap of the race, 1:29.022. And Nilsson. Nilsson's down to 6th now. Can Waddington? He is closing in and closing in fast. Can Waddington get past? That gap continuing to plummet between Nilsson and Waddington. Yellow flags in sector 2. Not sure what for though. A lot of the drivers outside the top 10 going for the fastest lap. 2 seconds between Nilsson and Waddington. But I think with the technical issues, that is it. It is over for Philip Nilsson. We'll need to cut away from that now. Dean Barry. He had a very poor start to the race. Caught up in a number of incidents. But what a recovery drive. Driver of the day, without a doubt. This is going to be Ferrari's first win in X1. It is Dean Barry who wins the British Grand Prix. Chris Harley 2nd, Jamie 3rd, and Waddington takes another chunk out of Nilsson's championship lead. Ferrari's first win in X1. Dean Barry, his first win since Brazil last season. Unbelievable. That'll be another 2 points out of Nilsson's championship lead. The gap will be down to 6 points, pending any penalties. Pushkar and Michael Booker. And I think Pushkar is going to have the fastest lap of the race. Is Michael going to improve? No, he doesn't. Ferrari's first win in X1. What a momentum boost in the midfield battle for the championship. Ferrari, Haas and Renault. Chris Harley into 2nd on penalty count back. But that's your winner, the driver of the day, Dean Barry. What an incredible race. That was definitely a repeat of Bahrain.
Such drama.
So let's have a recap of the results. Dean Barry winning the race. Chris Harley second. Jamie Keats third. Ken fourth. Waddington, great recovery drive from him into fifth. Philip Nilsson. Then Anthony Bauer, Owen Lewis, Irving Diaz, and Callum MacArthur rounding up the top 10. Jorge Simon 12th, then Maxime Patou. Pushkar Nagam 13th. He took the fastest lap of the race. Michael Booker, JBL, Jack Smith, Elijah LeBlanc, and then your non-finishers, Ivan, Hanil Patel, and Arthur Bowler. A weekend to forget for Mercedes, without a doubt. What a thrilling climax to the race. Wow, how on earth do you follow that up? I mean, good luck to the rest of the XRL divisions this evening. The bar has already been set very, very high. But anyway, I'm going to get ready for my X3 race. Matt, as always, thanks for joining me on commentary.
Thank you very much. Good luck with your race.
Thanks, and good luck for your X2 race as well.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah, and on that note, folks, thanks very much for watching. Shortly, we're going to have the X3 race, and then at 8 o'clock, we've got the X2 race, both at Silverstone. But until then, it's good night from us, and thanks for watching.